Well, hello to the latest installment of Dalekdraughts. We'll call this Dalekdraughts9 because I think it's the 9th installment. Anyway, a lot's come on since you last saw this. I'll show you right now. There we are. I've added a new button, and what this button does, when you press it, it goes from both sides, so you can quickly go from one player to the other without having to rotate the board all the way around. Although that's the other feature that is now working. If I press the rotate button, you actually rotate the board all the way around without that horrible problem we had before of the board going farther away. There you go. There you go. Now, there was another problem that sometimes when I selected a piece and you don't want that piece to move, let's say I select that piece. There. You can't move. You can't move at all. Now if you press the delete the backspace key, or it'll be the red key on the Xbox controller, you can actually deselect the piece like that. Select that piece and deselect the piece. Now the other problem was I shouldn't be able to select that piece. He can't move, so there should be a way of stopping you selecting that piece. So I come up with a system. I've made a class now where it's if you I'll put on the Z key, so this Z key now will check if that's a valid move. If I press the Z key now, if you look at the screen on the left, you'll see that move is false because he cannot move. That move there, right, if I click there, is true. It can move. Of course, this will change if there's another piece there. Say we put this Dalek here. It's not letting me select the Dalek because it's not the Dalek's turn, which is totally correct. Move K9 here, and we'll, on purpose, we're going to block his route with the Dalek here, just to see. There we go. Block his route completely there. So basically, at the moment, right, he's being blocked by two Daleks and he can't move backwards, but he can jump over the Dalek to the left. So if we do a test on that K9 with the Z key, it says true, because he's noticing that the Dalek is there and he can jump it. Now, it would be better if we, like this piece here, he can't move, so there should be a way of stopping you doing this, like that. And luckily, there is a way, and I will show you that now. I will just shut this down. I will show you the code right now. This line here is a very simple check to check if pieces are the wrong side. It is very simple, but we're going to replace this check with our new bit of code, which we've got in a class. I'll show you this now, and basically this will run our new bit of code. Now this class here basically is designed just to check for valid moves. It checks for a legal move after you've selected a piece, and this is checking for valid selection here. It's quite long actually, because that's the, there you go. Basically it's got to check for all four diagonal squares, then it's got to check if the piece can be jumped, and it gets quite complicated quite quickly, and it's really easily to lose your way. But as you can see, now I've added that, you will notice now when I run the game again, I'll flip to the other side. Let's just move a Dalek, and we'll show you on the K9 side because it's easy to show you that way because it's closer to the screen. There we go. If you notice now, if I try to select that piece, it will not let me select it. And if you look at the screen at the side here, it will not let me select any of them pieces at all, which is good. But it will, however, let me select the pieces at the front because they can actually move, and I can deselect that, and I can select that one. Of course, he won't let me select enemy pieces either because that would be a bit silly. There we go. Something new I've added as well, apart from the rotating and the flipping the board like that. You can actually now get a king. I don't know if you're aware, but in drafts that if you can take a move, you have to take it. At the moment my game does not check for that. In fact, it doesn't check for quite a lot actually, but it also doesn't check that when you can make more than one move, it doesn't check for that either, because you can actually jump over many pieces in one go. Here we go, you can see a king k9 coming up now. As soon as you get to the end of the board, I'll rotate this round so you can see it better. And there we are. It sort of turns yellow, or what I like to think of as gold. It's the gold looking yellow I could make it. Obviously the same thing happens, if I can rotate this round a little bit, the same thing happens if I can get this Dalek to get to the end of the board. I'll show you what happens to the Dalek. Here we go. There we go. Actually, it's probably better to leave that Dalek a second, because there's a quicker way of getting him to the end. If I move this Dalek down here first, like that. Yeah. There we go. There will be more sounds later on, and I've also got to get the volumes right, because some sounds are louder than other volumes. Here we go. You'll see a Dalek King reborn, or born rather. Here we go. We'll destroy that K9, and there we are. That's about where I am working on a new system, because obviously at the moment the game doesn't realise when the game ends. It doesn't know. I could wipe out every dialogue on the board, and the actual game wouldn't know if it's ending. So what I'm working on next is this bit of the code. It's a bit raw at the moment. If I can find it to show you here. Here we go. Here we go. This bit here, which actually checks here if it's a valid move, I can actually use the same bit of code from my class to check if the piece. I can actually put a loop in, and I can actually check if every piece. At the moment I'm only doing it for the K9s, but watch this. I've actually put it on the F9 key, as you can see. Of course, before it happens, I've got to move a Dalek to show you. By the way, I've got a terrible cold, so I don't know if this is coming out on the recording. I'm not feeling very well, but there you go. Move the Dalek, look. And as you notice, we've got 12 pieces, which are the K9s. So if I press the F9 key, if you look at the screen to the left, you will see that the top 4 are true, and the rest are false, which means I can only physically move 4 pieces. Just to check if this works, and I'm going to lose one of my K9s. Actually, let's lose one of my K9s, move him there, and I'm going to take him just to prove a point. There we go. Take one of my K9s. If K9's doing it, repress F9, and you will look. Now we have 3 trues. Actually, we've got 4 trues now, because obviously, if you look, I can't show you my mouse pointer because my mouse pointer has been programmed to disappear. But you will notice there's 3 K9s on the left, 2 on the right, and each of these 2 could actually take that Dalek. That is why there's more trues now. And it's basically this system eventually will be able to recognise that the K9s can't make any more moves. I haven't programmed to look at the Daleks even. So the idea being, it will know at the end of the game by using this system. The other thing is that if you can make a move in drafts, you have to make a move. So if you decide to move a piece, which is let's say I move that. See where I've got that Dalek there? I can actually take him. So if I actually did this with a K9 there, I am actually making an invalid move, because in drafts you have to take that. I should have taken that Dalek. It should not have let me take them. I have to check for that as well. Obviously I was thinking of jazzing up the board a little bit, but I'm not sure how yet. I'm looking for ideas at the moment, so if anybody's got me any ideas how I can make the board look a bit more sci-fi and stuff, post them on YouTube, and thank you very much for listening.